Welcome to the Herd's official YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Colin Cowherd podcast, all of our NFL instant reactions, and more football content. Here we go, hour two on a Tuesday. Patriots hammer the Giants last night. 30 points in the first half. Jim Harbaugh next hour. Nick Wright, 5 minutes. Well, we do it every Tuesday. We rank the teams. Top 10. They are not the standings. But there are teams that today are better, maybe because they got healthier. Houston, they got to trade the Cowboys. So right now, all things considered, here are my top 10 teams.
Herd hierarchy.
Time is now. Let's go.
The top 10 NFL teams according to Colin. Number 10.
Listen, I don't like their red zone offense, but Houston Texans, 4-game winning streak, best defense, excellent head coach. They shut people down. Opposing quarterbacks this year have a passer rating of 74. That's a bad backup quarterback. So what does that mean? They're in every game. They're in absolutely every game. I'm telling you, they play Kansas City this week. Kansas City has to win. I would not want to play them. They play at a different speed defensively. 9 times this year, teams have scored fewer than 20 points. In an offensive league that's never had better offensive coaching, Houston at 10.
Number 9.
Philadelphia. Now, I'm tired of saying I love their general manager. They lead the NFL in 3 and outs. They're near the top in punts. I mean, Saquon Barkley is 39th in the league in yards per carry, and I don't think this coaching staff, can fix it in season like Matt LaFleur fixed the Packers' broken offense in season. I mean, they have the 22nd ranked rushing offense with Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, and a good old line. I don't even know where to put them. Maybe I'm being complimentary putting Philadelphia at 9.
Number 8.
And Dallas just beat them. I'm sorry, since they got Quinnen Williams and Logan Wilson, they're 3-0. Their quarterback pressure rate was top 3, and it's improved 35% since they got Quinnen Williams and Kenny Clark. And now DeMarvion Overshown is healthy. Just trust your eyes. They are getting to the quarterback. They're doing a better job of protecting theirs. And CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, they're both number ones. And now they run the ball. So, I say what you want. Right now, the Dallas Cowboys are a top 10 team in the NFL. And I'm going to take them to beat Detroit Thursday, number 8.
Number 7.
Well, the Bears lead the NFL in takeaways. They're running the heck out of the ball. Caleb Williams' inaccuracy is an issue. Should be noted, though, he's actually been very good on third down. His passer rating's over 100 on third down. Listen, Ben Johnson's got a Shanahan feel to him. He's going to run the ball 47 times. He doesn't care. So they have an identity. They take the ball away. Caleb Williams is good on third down. And in the fourth quarter, still has some work to do. But I like any team that is a physical team in December and January, and the Bears are.
Number 6.
Buffalo. Now, the turnovers have increased. Multiple giveaways in 4 straight games is a problem. And they can't defend the run, which will be their undoing in January. But Josh Allen right now is the best quarterback in the league. Despite not having a dominant receiving core, they're number 2 in big plays, and they're running the football. So again, their ability to run the football tells me they'll win a playoff game and maybe 2.
Number 5.
Seattle, turn the sound down. They just look different. I mean, they've outgained every opponent in 11 games. They are fast. They are physical. One of 5 teams without back-to-back losses. I mean, Sam Darnold did not play well this week, and they shut out a team 26-0. He threw 4 picks, and they almost beat the Rams in L.A. They got a lot of talent. Defense, back-to-back games with 4 sacks. Young defensive coach who is current, who has pivoted multiple times. I like Seattle, got him at 5.
Number 4.
Denver, I moved them down. 9-game winning streak, but it's a lot of one-score games, and they could have lost to Washington. They have trailed in all 12 games this season. I mean, if you told me a high seed lost in the first round of the playoffs, I think we'd all go, Denver? I just don't think their offense is even enough. There are times like this week when Washington move the ball up and down the field. That's troubling. You hope it's just a one-off. The Rams played, their defense stunk this weekend. I have Denver at 4.
Number 3.
I may have Green Bay low. I have them at 3. 3-game winning streak, all by a touchdown or more. Jordan Love, folks, we got to stop wondering if Jordan Love's good. The answer is yes. Big, tall arm, doesn't throw picks. And now they get Jaden Reed back. Now they got Micah, so they have their closer when they have a lead. Now they're getting Matthew Golden back. Green Bay is a Super Bowl team, and they were broken offensively 3 weeks ago. But these young, smart offensive coaches like Matt LaFleur can fix problems in season. Defensive coaches, I mean, how many years Mike Tomlin going to struggle to fix the O-line and the run game in Pittsburgh? Green Bay at 3.
Number 2.
Rams had a bad week. Points allowed, giveaways, they were a mess. But they are the least penalized team in the NFL. Highest graded overall team, offense and defense. They only allow 17 a game. They had a stinker. They went out east. They didn't play well. But you can throw the ball on them if your offensive line can hold up. Mac Jones did. I mean, Bryce Young did. So I have him at 2.
Number 1.
I'm going to put New England 1. Listen, I watched them go to Buffalo and win. I watched them go to Tampa and win. 5th time they've scored 30-plus points. They're incredibly sound, great on special teams. I said it earlier. It's very reminiscent of the Belichick-Brady stuff with a more mobile quarterback and a player-friendly coach. What don't they do really well? They don't run the football particularly well. Well, the Chiefs have won Super Bowls in years that they don't run it well. Again, they lead the NFL in big plays. You don't get any cheap touchdowns. They tackle well. Special teams are great. 5th game this year, they've held an opponent to 15 points or fewer. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them. You keep telling me, well, listen, what am I supposed to do with Denver? They keep winning. What am I supposed to do? Last night, they got 30 in the first half with a backup left tackle. They can't run the ball. A backup left guard. I got New England 1.
Today's show brought to you by our new presenting sponsor, Hard Rock Bet. Big news. Hard Rock Bet now live in Michigan. Michigan, congrats. Sign up today. Place your first $5 sports bet. If it wins, you get $150 in bonus bets on top of your winnings. And if you're more into casino games, new customers can get up to $1,000 back in casino bonus if you're not up money after your first 24 hours playing slots. Win money or get a casino bonus back. Plus, you also get 200 bonus spins, winnings paid in cash. Not sure what to place your first bet on? Head over to the Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub. It's going to help you out. Loaded with trends, streaks, stats, help you guide you through your picks. Numbers don't lie, neither does the data in there. Check out the Stats Hub now. Get the edge. Bet with confidence. Plus, Hard Rock Bet offers new promos daily, plus big legendary reward drops every Thursday, like gifts under the tree. So whenever you're listening, just open the app and check out what you've got waiting for you. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit.
Oh, it is a Tuesday show. Jim Harbaugh stopping by. Nick Wright stopping by. Heard Hierarchy 1 hour from now. Jackson Dartboard. He got smoked last night. It's the Herd. We're in Chicago. A little snow last night. It's football season officially. Wherever you may be and however you may be listening, thanks for making us part of your day. So, I mean, I watched the game last night. I think Jackson Dart has a chance to be a fine franchise quarterback for the New York Giants. I mean, Eli Manning wasn't even the best Manning son, and he won 2 Super Bowls in New York. I think Jackson Dart's going to have a fine career. Drake Maye, it's a different discussion. He looks like he's going to be one of these guys about every 4 years that enters the league and is an all-timer. Size, arm, IQ. I mean, Drake Maye, he just doesn't miss. Even when he was missing in the end zone, they were smart misses. Nobody else could get him. Didn't have his left tackle. Didn't have a left guard. Doesn't have a number 1 wide receiver. They don't run the ball particularly well. And he had 30 points in the first half. It was a show-off flex game for New England that's been really good all season, but they don't get many standalone games. And, one of the rules when somebody's going to be great, they don't necessarily make it look easy, but they make it look easier than it looks for 90% of the quarterbacks in the league. Joe Burrow, on third down, he doesn't have a huge arm. He's not a giant guy. He's not super mobile. It just always puts the ball in the right place when he's healthy. It's just great, looks a lot easier. I watched Michael Jordan for years. He wasn't the best ball handler. He wasn't the strongest player. He didn't have the best long range. It's just like 17 feet away, he just couldn't stop him. And the first year, he was a little reckless, got hit too often. Beginning of this year, he wasn't quite there yet, but I watched him the last 4 or 5 weeks. I was sitting there waiting for his bubble to burst a little bit, sophomore slump. Nope. He's getting better every week. This is one of those guys that checks all the boxes. Jackson Dart, to me, feels like he is still, to some degree, kind of winging it and doesn't quite see the field as well as I'd like him to see the field. Drake Maye, you're watching it in real time. Stoic, not a lot of bad throws, not getting hit. I mean, you get a franchise quarterback every year. You get an all-timer about every 4 or 5 years. I think we found one. He is on pace to be the greatest quarterback on first down in the history of the game for a single season. Number 2 is Aaron Rodgers. Number 3 is Drew Brees. And here's the thing. New England's offensive roster is still at least one draft class away. They got to upgrade the O-line, they need more dynamic players at tight end and wide receiver. Their run game, again, below average. So, and I'm watching them last night. I know I lived, in New England territory for a decade. So I watched every Patriot game during Brady, Belichick, Robert Kraft, Josh McDaniels. It's a very reminiscent team. There's a lot of do-your-job efficiency. Just like Belichick, Vrabel's special teams are great. And Josh McDaniel is designing the offense and play calling. Kraft's still the owner. Vrabel's a more player-friendly version of Belichick, and Drake Maye is a more mobile version of Brady. Tall guy, smart guy, doesn't take a lot of hits, doesn't make a lot of bad throws, super accurate. It's very reminiscent. And it's almost like you ever have a car you absolutely love, and you eventually turn it in. You still love it, but it's getting a little old. You turn it in, and you get a newer version, same model. That's what New England is. Vrabel is Belichick, really cares about special teams. He's just more player-friendly and more current. And Drake Maye has a lot of Brady. Accurate, moves well, doesn't take shots, not a lot of picks. He's just a little more mobile. I'm getting the new model of the car, and I'm not sure if I love the mustache. Everything else, we say it all the time. When you get the quarterback and the coach right, it just doesn't take that long. There's so much mediocrity in every business. Here's the other thing. They're ahead of schedule. Drake Maye is 2.5 years younger than Bo Nix. He's a year younger than Caleb Williams. He's 2 years younger than Michael Penix. He's a year and a half younger than Jaden Daniels. He's younger than Cam Ward. And he's easily the best of that group, the most accurate of that group, the most poised of that group. Well, talent is just part of the boxes you have to check. So I watch him. Something I look for all the time. Even his misses are smart. Like those throws in the back of the end zone. He had a deep ball. Only one guy was going to catch it, a Patriot. He didn't get it. Nobody did. Even his misses are in the right spot. He took too many shots last year. Beginning of this year, he wasn't quite there yet. But this kid is, he's 2.5 years younger than Bo Nix. He's younger than Cam Ward. And yes, it helps that he got Mike Vrabel. Every great quarterback, however, has had generally, Marino had Don Shula, Brady had Belichick, Montana had Bill Walsh. Here is the coach and the quarterback after.
He's realizing what he can be and what the impact that he makes on this offense and being a conductor. He's hard on himself, and I think that he challenges himself as well as his coaches. And I mean, he means a great deal to this football team.
Trying to be the face, trying to be the conductor. He calls it the conductor of the offense. Trying to be the face of the offense, trying to, want the pressure. You want to, the ball in my hands, and I've, tried to, show that all year and throughout my career. So that's what, I kind of feel like, and know they feed off of me and feed off my energy. And when adversity hits, I got to respond, and then from there, I just got to be, the same guy, same guy every day. Don't try to change.
Drake Maye's first year, he didn't get the right coach. By the second coach, they got the right guy. His comp was Justin Herbert, who had to go through a couple of coaches and get the you-know-what beat out of him until he got Jim Harbaugh. Then their offensive line fell apart, and he's still getting beat up. But a lot of this dynamic is, I watched it last night, and I saw what you saw. It was very reminiscent of the old Patriots. Great special teams, excellent coach, very good on details, big, tall quarterback, stoic, doesn't make a lot of mistakes, and Josh McDaniels designing and calling the plays. So Dallas plays Detroit on Thursday. I like Dallas in that game. And they just beat Philly, and they just beat Kansas City. Dallas will make the herd hierarchy today, I'll tell you in advance. They are 6-5-1. I thought they'd win 4 games this year. Tops 5. Look at their schedule. They can win out. If they do, Dak will make the playoffs and will have made the playoffs with Jason Garrett, Mike McCarthy, and Brian Schottenheimer. Translation, the head coach just doesn't mean that much with Dak Prescott. When he first came into the league, I thought his success was circumstantial. He was a B quarterback, BB+, but he had the best O-line easily in football, the best running back arguably in football, rookie contract, they stacked the roster. He is currently guiding the number 1 offense in the NFL, and he will do it with a third different head coach. And most of us, I like Jason Garrett more than other people, but a lot of you didn't like Jason Garrett. Almost nobody liked Brian Schottenheimer, and Mike McCarthy's a coin flip depending on which room you enter. and he keeps being number 1. I talked about conversations changing. Dak Prescott's all-time rank. This is year 10. He's got 5 or 6 left. This is the best he's ever played. He's got at least 5 years left. Top 10 in completion percentage, touchdown to interception ratio, and passer rating. It is time we start having a different conversation. Listen, Samuel L. Jackson started acting in his 70s. He didn't become a big-time star until he was in the 90s. It's not like Samuel L. Jackson just became a really good actor in the 90s. He finally got an opportunity. Quentin Tarantino, right? Like, Amazon didn't make money for 21 years. Like, sometimes it takes longer. The bake is longer to see greatness. But, people have said that Phillip Rivers will get Hall of Fame votes, and I agree. And one of the reasons I agree, because Phillip Rivers made the playoffs with Marty Schottenheimer and Norv Turner and Anthony Lynn and Frank Reich and Mike McCoy. He made the playoffs with 5 different coaches. Not everybody gets Belichick out of Michigan. And I love Brady, but sometimes Mahomes gets Andy Reid. You got a meddling owner. You got a lot of noise. And Dak Prescott is proving once again, and this is what the great ones do, they rise above the environment. They are not held down. And people will say, well, he hadn't had great success in the playoffs. Dan Marino had Don Shula as a head coach, sub 500 in the playoffs. Lamar Jackson has John Harbaugh as a coach. Lamar Jackson struggled in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers, I think he's 1 game above 500. He's considered an absolute top 10 legend of all time. You can't hold playoffs against the guy. I mean, Eli Manning's regular season numbers will not be as good as Dak's. But he won Super Bowls, so absolutely a Super Bowl would help Dak. Nobody's disputing that. But I think Dak's very unique. I always say, by Thanksgiving of your second year, I feel very confident I can call you what you are. But, Baker took a while. Darnold took a while. Dak Prescott, he's hot. He's got the number 1 offense again. He's got a coach not everybody loves again. The pass protection with this offensive line is not ideal. They're making big trades in the middle of a season. Dak Thursday, Lions get a W, 7-5-1. Playoffs again. Here's Dak.
I'd been on other teams where you started off hot and you're at this time of the year trying to, figure out what you've got to do to get back on the horse. And to have the momentum we do right now, the confidence, and not just that, the right guys in the locker room who understand where we are, who understand that this is the most important time of the year, and showing that in just their daily prep and throughout the week is fun.
Yep, he's put his head down. Listen, Seinfeld almost got canceled. Similarly, Dak has been very good in syndication. Every time I'm like, all right, he's Kirk Cousins with a star in his helmet. Little better mobility. This is the best I've ever seen him. It's not everybody is a child actor or De Niro in Taxi Driver. It takes a lot of actors a long time and a lot of writers to have their first great novel. Dak has been a slow bake, but if he wins Thursday, you can roll your eyes all you want. You start doing a deep dive on all his career numbers. He's playing better than he ever has in year 10. What, he didn't have 4 or 5 years left? He's going to end up top 5, 6 in a lot of stats. He just needs a couple of pelts in the postseason. J-Mac, listen, I can acknowledge it took me a while to figure him out, but he's good. And we both like Dallas against the Lions Thursday.
So you have one Hall of Fame vote, okay? You can only vote for one of these two guys. Russell Wilson or Dak Prescott?
Dak.
Oh, come on.
Well, Dak, no, wait. Russell had great success.
Woo.
One coach, one team.
How many Super Bowls?
Well, again, you're asking me. I didn't say it was a landslide, but I also think one of the things you have to consider when it's close is intangibles, leadership. There's a lot of things to consider. It's not just, like Russ has dived at the end of his career. Dak's getting better.
Can we get a conference championship game appearance before we carve up the bust for the Hall of Fame? Just a conference title game. That's all I'm asking.
I'm getting very excited.
I can tell. You're fired up.
No, it's just, he's just guys playing out of his mind.
Yeah.
All right, there was a moment in last night's game where Jackson Dart runs early in the game, team trailing, and gets absolutely, and it's a legal hit, gets absolutely smoked on the sidelines. Got way too cute. This is a guy that lives in the blue tent. And it was 10-0. It was first quarter. This was not the NFC Championship. Fourth quarter, trying to get a first down to get to a Super Bowl. Bro, what are you doing? And after the game, oh boy, here's what he said.
Is there anything you would have done different on that one?
No. Look, I understand the question, but this is football. I'm gonna get hit if I'm in the pocket or outside the pocket. I've played this way my whole entire life. It shouldn't be any shocker to anybody if you've followed along with my career.
Okay, so when anybody says it's just part of the game, for linebackers, not for quarterbacks. The second thing is, I don't like this quote. When he says, I've played my entire career this way. This is not Corner Canyon High School in Utah. Okay, that's not what we're doing here. Smart people, including football players, evolve. Lots of things are cool at 19. Beer bongs. They're not at 22 when you're the face of the New York Giants. It's like when I hear NBA players like Ja Morant, hey, man, this is just my game. And they rely on super athleticism, and Ja Morant, never changes. John Wall had this component. Hey, man, this is my game. Well, in this episode of Let's Keep It Real, exit stage right. You have to evolve the game. You have to be able to shoot threes. You've got to improve elements of your game. I don't want to hear, hey, it's just football. No quarterback should ever take a hit like that. And again, if you're stretching for a first down at the marker to get to a Super Bowl or win one, it's a different conversation. This is a first quarter game and you're not making the playoffs. And the New York Giants have not had a quarterback start and finish the season every start since Eli Manning. And this kid has lived in the blue tent. So to me, it just lacks a self-awareness. And again, Kevin Durant and Tyrese Halliburton got to the NBA Finals, and there was a risk, right? They said, I'm going to play because you're playing for a trophy. Even Bill Belichick had a legendary rule with the Patriots. Do not stretch the ball out for a first down. unless it's the Super Bowl and we're going to win it. Like, there are exceptions to everything. You can't take that hit. So it's just, again, there's a gigantic gap in this league. KD and Tyrese Halliburton risking their health to hoist a trophy. I got you. I get it. That I understand. Pacers may never get back there. KD may never get back there. But that's not smart. And I don't want to hear, this is my game. No, it's not. I mean, LeBron James, until about 6 years ago, was adding elements to his game every year. I mean, if you've been in the NBA for 12 years, Kevin Durant at this point, your game is your game. It's not your first 4 years in the NBA. And it's not for a quarterback in year one. This is just, I mean, I like his confidence. He's a bit of a playmaker. His accuracy is good enough. You know, he's a Shedeur Sanders, and he both like to air it out downfield. They take big swings. There's a lot I like about him. But it's football. That's right. It's not football. That's the one where you can flop overseas. Football? 6'6", 258-pound defensive ends who can bench press Rhode Island should never get a clean shot at you, ever, any circumstances. For the record, Drake Maye, first year, spent some time in the blue tent. Stay out of it. Stay away from the blue tent. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady made art out of avoiding the big hit. And I know bike helmets aren't cool. Wear one, please. This is it's a top 5 hit in the league this year. I mean, what are we doing? J-Mac with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herd Line News.
I like he lives in the blue tent. He's paying rent. He spends so much time in the blue tent. All right, let's go to Lane Kiffin, Colin. I mean, this story continues to be bonkers, and college football fans are going crazy. So he was introduced as LSU's coach on Monday. Obviously, everybody knows he tried to still coach Ole Miss while taking the LSU job. He was denied that, but he did get one thing interesting. Ole Miss, if they win in the playoff, LSU will pay Lane Kiffin what he would have earned for Ole Miss. Just crazy, Colin. Here's Kiffin at his press conference.
Leaving Ole Miss was extremely difficult decision. And in that, we tried every single thing possible to continue to coach the team through the playoffs and to continue to coach the players. In the end, that was their decision, and we totally respect that. At LSU is the best job in football. When you take the history, tradition, passion, and the great players in the state of Louisiana, no one can argue that when you're in Tiger Stadium on Saturday night, there is nothing like it.
I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to win a national championship at LSU.
Okay,
I said when Harbaugh.
Bet. No way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Ed Orgeron won a natty there. Lane's
the guy's
better.
Never won anything. Can we settle down with Lane Kiffin? I know he's a good coach and he knows offense. Hasn't won anything, ever. Can we relax a little bit on that? Win a national championship?
Won a lot of rivalry games. He's won a lot of big games. If you're in the SEC and win 11 games, you've won a lot of 100%. Big games.
He's a good coach. That's undeniable. But win a national – give me a timetable on that. What are you talking? 7 years? I mean,
by the way, before Jim Harbaugh, who's on the show today, won a natty at Michigan, I heard a lot of this. He's never won anything. Are you denying Jim Harbaugh is one of the top 5 coaches of our lifetime?
Wait, no. Harbaugh won division titles. He won an NFC championship game. That stuff matters. I mean, Kiffin's never done any of that. I mean, let's just get the basic stuff out of the way. But I'm curious, do you think that this is going to happen sooner than later? Because I'll tell you right now, LSU's not going to the playoff next year.
Oh, yeah.
No chance. Have you looked at the schedule?
Yeah.
No shot.
Well, look at the Rams schedule. Niners twice, Seahawks twice, Philadelphia Eagles. So what? If you're great, you win games. LSU's going to be great next season.
Well, hey, Texas was great this year, 9-3. They're probably not going to make the playoff. SEC's really hard, man. That's why this whole LSU stuff.
You know what the SEC is next year? 5 new coaches. I'd rather have LSU new coach with their players. The whole conference, Kirby Smart's there, But I mean, Kalen DeBoer now is in year 3. It's got 5 new coaches in the conference. Yeah. So it's wide open. I mean, I just put it down right now. I may buy season tickets just so I can get there for the playoff game. Oh, LSU and Lane Kiffin are making the playoff.
Well, I'll tell you, Texas is definitely making it next year. Arch is staying, Sark is staying. They're a lock. Yes. It sounds like Mateer is not going anywhere. He's a good quarterback. And if he was healthy the full season, maybe Oklahoma is close to undefeated. So Oklahoma's better than them. Alabama, we'll see what they do at quarterback. I don't see it instantly from LSU. I think in like 3 years, could they be 11 wins? Sure. 3 years. The transfer portal, though, they're going to step up and buy. I mean, they're going to land like 6 5-star guys. Yeah. They're going to land 4 5-star guys in the portal. And by the way, Brian Kelly, it's not like he's taking over Ole Miss. They've got NFL bodies everywhere. Last LSU trip to the playoff was Joe Burrow. That was ages ago, bro. For the record, they won it. They did, yeah. Many teams have been to the playoffs since then. I'm just not buying this LSU hype, and I think I'm going to double down. You and I are going to go head-to-head for the next few years. I just don't think this is going to work out, but I'm probably in the minority. Next up, let's go to the Kansas City Chiefs, Colin. Listen, they're down bad right now, okay? Line dropping against the Texans. They're 2 games back of a lot of teams in the wild card chase, but Andy Reid, oh boy, he refuses to hear any of that.
If you're coming to me on this, Matt, I'm telling you, we're going to go after you every game. And, that's how we roll. We're going to try to tickle your tonsils on every play, every game. And, but that's the attitude that we're coming in with. And then you let the chips fall where they may.
I'll say this. If I had to win one game with an offense that's been a little uneven, I would not want to face the Texans, who have won 4 straight. The defense is good, mostly healthy. C.J. Stroud now is back in. This schedule. Well, Texans,
the schedule, Colin, there's a world where they sweep all these. The Raiders and Titans, they're winning those 2. So that's 2 wins, right? Then you've got the rematch with the Broncos at home. You've got the Chargers at home. Why aren't they winning? They're going to be favored in those games at home. This Texans one, they are favored. 5-0's in play.
Those are all close. 3 of those games are going to be close. How have they been in close games this year?
Well, a lot of them have been on the road, unfortunately, for the Chiefs. A lot of these are at home. Trust me, I don't want to see the Chiefs in the playoffs. By the way, are they in the herd hierarchy? If they are, we're going to have a chat off air. I mean, this is unacceptable. They're definitely not a top 10 team in the league right now. Final story, Colin. Let's go to the Pro Bowl. I know you love the Pro Bowl. How about this shocker? The Detroit Lions have 11 players, 11, in the top 10 of Pro Bowl votes at their respective position. Jahmyr Gibbs obviously is up there. Yeah. The Lions have a lot of good players. Colin, this is a team that's probably going to miss the playoffs.
Yeah, I know. I mean, this is why. This all goes back to remember they were in the Hall of Fame game and they were atrocious? Remember in the preseason and I said, this is bad.
Right.
And because they made coaching changes. And then they stabilized. But I've always said, the longer a season goes, the truth comes out. Like the longer the season goes, Drake Maye and Mike Vrabel, it's not a mirage. They're really good. The longer the season goes, well, Denver keeps winning games. Bo Nix and Sean Payton, they work together. The longer the season goes, Dak Prescott and the offense keeps getting better. They got a lot of good players. Pickens was a steal. The longer the season goes for the Lions, the worse they get on 3rd down, the worse they get on 4th down. It's not a player issue. It's not.
So what are we doing here? Is Dan Campbell the problem?
No. It's like Dan Campbell, like Nick Sirianni, is a bit more coordinator dependent. McVay's not. Shanahan's not. That's why Belichick, by the way, kept Josh McDaniels forever. He wasn't an offensive scheme guy. So they got to get the OC right. Right now, it's just not tight enough. And Green Bay looks like a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
Chicago's the number 1 seed. So they're lucky in Detroit that Minnesota is kind of playing with their food and can't figure it out because Green Bay and Chicago are – Green Bay, after that win over Detroit, There's an argument. They're as good as anybody in the league right now.
By the way, can we call Cowboys-Lions an elimination game? Because the Cowboys cannot lose it if they want to get in the playoffs. There's just too many good teams in the NFC. And I do believe for the Lions with their schedule, this is an elimination game. This has to be every trick in the book. And by the way, no Laporta, no Amon-Ra St. Brown.
I know. More pressure on Goff.
Good luck keeping up with that Dallas offense.
Yep. J-Mac with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Lie News.
So I read a headline today. Shedeur Sanders deserves more time. I agree. The rest of the Browns operation does not. So about 25 years ago, it was over 30 years ago, I had a very smart news director tell me something. His name was Mike Cutler. He said, if I fire an anchor or a reporter and they don't get hired, I made the right move. If I fire an anchor and a reporter and they get a job immediately and a good job, I probably made a mistake. Kevin Stefanski would get a job and a good job very quickly. Folks, we are just 2 years removed. If you think about firing Kevin Stefanski, 2 years removed. I don't even think it's officially 2 years. From the Browns being 11-6, and their quarterbacks were Deshaun Watson, Joe Flacco, P.J. Walker, Jeff Driscoll, and DTR. And they were in the AFC, and they went 11-6 when the AFC, at that point, probably the best conference. So Cleveland firing Stefanski would be a very Cleveland thing where they can't even identify in the building who's good. So, I mean, just think about this. Think about what Stefanski and Andrew Berry have to overcome. This morning, Deshaun Watson is a bigger cap hit this year than Jordan Love or Patrick Mahomes. Now, think about that. You wake up in the morning. That's why what Sean Payton's done in Denver with Russell Wilson's cap hit is remarkable. And the owner, Jimmy Haslam, and he deserves credit for acknowledging it, but he's the one that made that move, the Deshaun Watson move. So if Mike Tomlin exits Pittsburgh, many are suggesting he should, and there are discussions now, it's possible, one of the top candidates for the Steelers' job, I would think would have to be Kevin Stefanski. He knows the division. So the market tells you when you make a mistake. Remember when the Tennessee Titans fired Mike Vrabel? The market told you the Jets wanted him, the Patriots wanted him, everybody wanted Mike Vrabel. Cowboy fans wanted him. The market told you Tennessee made a mistake. And I'm just telling you, if Stefanski's on the market, he's going to get a job, and it may be really close to Cleveland. It could be in division. Zach Taylor's only got 1 year left. They're not giving Joe Burrow a stiff, right? Joe Burrow's not happy with the Bengals now. They're going to hire somebody who knows the division, offensive guy. So here's Stefanski this week on Shedeur coming off a loss.
He wants to continue to get better and better, and that's the right attitude to have, and that's why we'll continue to work. There are things that he wants back that we're coaching up right now that he can improve upon, but bottom line is we have to continue to put our players in position to succeed. So just looking forward to that constant improvement with Shedeur and for all of our young players.
Just go back a couple years ago, 11-6, AFC. Buffalo was better than now. Kansas City was better than now. The Bengals were arguably better then than now. I mean, go back a couple years ago. AFC was stacked, 11-6. And go look at the quarterbacks that were playing. It was just a revolving door. It was a merry-go-round. So I'm going to defend Kevin Stefanski. Dylan Gabriel stabilized the offense. Shedeur gives them more pop. I think he's a really good coach. I think it's a mistake to fire him. In Chicago, it's the Herd.